Karren Brady, Crouch confusing competition with fairness as MP begs for independent regulator and Prem transfer tax. Rather like the hunt for a successful COVID vaccination, searching for a cure-all in football is not going to be possible. Still, in a fan-led report on governance, the admirable MP Tracy Crouch and her team have had a good try. The main point of which is that professional football should be controlled by an independent regulator. This is revolutionary. And the first puzzle is what on earth this means for the FA, which many of us were led to believe was the authority that already regulated our game. Doesn't say a heck of a lot for it. Without quite going that far, it is true that Tracy, a qualified referee who was also once a footballer, gives the Premier League quite a right footer herself. The report says the regulator could control and force, if necessary, even more handouts of its cash. Crikey, a government forcing a commercial business to give away its cash and telling them how much and who to give it to. The last time I looked we did not live in Russia, China, or North Korea. We should not be forced to damage club finances at the point of an unelected regulator's pen, no matter how impartial he or she might be. Black Friday betting offers best sign-up deals and free bets. The Premier League is the world's leading domestic competition because of the financial power it has fostered by being the best league in the world. Should it be bullied into giving away more that it can afford, it will be weakened. And if the Premier League isn't strong, then no club is. Annually, the Premier League proudly already gives away about 15% of its revenue, a figure unequaled in any league anywhere in the world. In cash terms, that means we gave £1.5 billion to the wider football pyramid in the past 3 seasons, with a further £1.6 billion guaranteed in the next 3. Plus, a £250 million interest-free loan to help the championship with COVID costs, and a £50 million gift to Leagues 1 and 2. And like Oliver Twist, also known as Rick Perry, they want more. The EFL chairman's constant bleat about parachute payments is echoed by Tracy, who has fallen into a do-gooder trap here. Perry wants the parachutes deflated, which is odd, because he devised them as PL chief exec 14 years ago. It doesn't take a genius to work out that, if you have a modest PL wage bill of say £50 million, Manchester United's wage bill is reportedly £226 million, and your income drops from £90 million in the PL to £4 million in the EFL and you don't have a parachute payment to assist you to pay your wages, then you will go bankrupt. Just like Barry. I thought that's what the report was trying to prevent. The argument is that the parachute payment skews the championship. That can't be right, as 29 current clubs who have been relegated from the PL since it was formed are still not playing in it. Maybe Tracy and Perry confuse competition with fairness, although she shouldn't as she's a Tory and an independent-minded politician. Which is why there should be no further talk of a transfer levy, which is just a tax on the PL. If an estimated 10% were introduced, it would reduce chances of outflanking continental rivals in the transfer market who aren't encumbered by such government taxes. Clubs already pay a 4% levy on transfers, which funds academy football across the game, as well as a FIFA levy, 5%, on international transfers. Another 10% makes it impossible to compete in the world transfer market, which means we won't be able to continue to attract the best players in the world, and that will mean we will cease to be the best league in the world. If that happened, we won't be able to make the £1.6 billion contribution we are already committed to, and that's not good for anyone. And who exactly is being helped with this tax? 18 of the championship clubs have owners worth hundreds of millions of pounds. Some of these owners have vastly more wealth than the owners of some PL clubs. Take Stoke, who are owned by the BET 365 Group, whose CEO Denise Coates earned a salary of £422 million and dividends of £48 million in a year. Even in League 2, Wal Abdulkader Al Qadi, of Bristol Rovers, owns the Arab Jordan Investment Bank. Bottom line is, the championship must help itself. They could start by living within their means. And if they can't do that, they might be wise to introduce salary caps, improve commercially and negotiate better broadcasting rights before they become dependent on bigger handouts. And why not introduce a merit payment system of their own to help bridge the gap between the top of the championship and the bottom of the PL? How can it be right that the club bottom of the championship receives the same amount as the club that finishes top? Tracy also puts forward a whole chapter of positive suggestions, which are very welcome. Supporters should have a greater say in all heritage matters, and that we must guard against ownership that is likely to end in supporters' tears or financial irregularity, of which Derby and Reading are the latest examples. We all agree with that. One half read our Football News Live blog for the very latest rumors, gossip and done deals. She also suggests a new independent regulator may have blocked the sale of Newcastle to the Saudis. I find that very hard to believe, bearing in mind the pressure the UK government put on the PL executive to allow the sale of Newcastle to go through to the Saudis, who are considered a valued trading partner. It's a big job, this regulators. Perhaps a former referee would fit it.